about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 10 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. A historic house in downtown Plainfield will be transformed into a bed and breakfast style property for guests of sanctuary events. The village board unanimously approved the special use permit for the 1841 manor at 24044 West Main Street. Rentals will be limited to parties attending events at sanctuary, with one group of up to 10 guests allowed at a time. The first floor will feature a king bedroom and bathroom, while the second floor will have 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Staff will include a property manager, housekeeping, and a guest experience coordinator. Owners say the manor will complement their event venue and hope to pursue landmark designation in the future. Batavia city officials have opened a temporary warming center at the police station of North Island Avenue in response to the extreme cold advisory. The center, open until noon, is available to elderly residents, families with young children, and others at higher risk from freezing temperatures. Officials caution that the center does not offer sleeping, hygiene, or food storage facilities. Visitors should also check in via the vestibule phone. Residents are also being urged to exercise caution outdoors, especially those with health conditions or mobility challenges, as dangerously cold weather continues across the area. Starting January 1st, hundreds of new Illinois laws will take effect, many impacting health and wellness. Insurance companies will now be required to cover brand name drugs when generics are unavailable, menopause health visits, infertility treatments, colonoscopies, and advanced breast imaging. Elgin will hold its second public meeting on the Accessible Streets and Sidewalks Plan Thursday, December 11th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Residents can review proposed projects, provide feedback on priority routes, and help shape the city's plan to improve accessibility. A survey is also open through Christmas online. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin news from December 8, 1925. Elgin police capture 5 bandits. 5 amateur bandits, hard-boiled, with loaded shotguns, rifles, and revolvers in their possession, but timid without weapons, were captured by police early this morning after the quintet burglarized a general store and held up a young man and girl in an automobile. The young highwaymen, who range in ages from 18 to 25, confessed to both deeds to authorities and, in a momentary spirit of braggadocio, admitted that they would have shot if necessary. The 5 youths pleaded guilty at a preliminary hearing today and were ordered held to the next grand jury under $10,000 bond each. They face charges of robbery with a gun and burglary and larceny. The youthful highwaymen, who according to police think that they're hard-boiled, sat unperturbed and read.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 23, temperatures falling to around 18 in the afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of snow after midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 16, temperatures rising to around 24 overnight. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high near 36. Currently, it is 15 degrees with fog. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
And welcome into the WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. Thanks for listening. You can always find more at WRMN1410.com, or you can watch live at youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. Thanks for being here. Coming up, the travesty called by Elgin Mayor Dave Captain as Elgin Mayor blasts federal agents' actions against protesters. And, quote, they always provide. Journeys offers a lifetime and a path out of homelessness. The Daily Herald's Neighbors in Need Spotlight. And our friend Marnie Pike from the suburbs of Daily Herald has the late warnings raise red flags on the fatal train crash in Elgin as well. And where's the mixed use? Lyle panel backs Pulte townhouse development with a caveat. But let's get into the weather. Monday, mostly cloudy, very cold, breezy afternoon, high of 24 and low of 14. Dress in layers, wind chills possible tonight across the area. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy and breezy, milder. Spotty late afternoon showers possible with a high of 38 and a low of 32. Sidewalks may be damp after sunset hours. For Wednesday, low clouds and windy with light snow coating up to an inch. High 36 and a low of 11. Watch the roads for that early morning. Mostly cloudy and frigid on Thursday with a high of 17 and a low of 7. It's a quiet weather day, but exposed skin can freeze quickly in strong evening winds. And for Friday, considerable clouds with flurries, very cold with a high of 23 and a low of 0. Reduced visibility for brief periods, but bundle up for errands and school pickups. And on Saturday, frigid with interval of clouds and sunshine. High of only 3 degrees and a low of 0. Extreme wind chills are likely on Saturday, so please limit your time outdoors if possible. We get a little bit warmer on Sunday, but frigid with partial sunshine, a high of 17 and a low of 13. Slightly less harsh, but still wear your hats, your gloves, and everything that you need. Before we go, Wheaton is supporting vets. A Christmas tree in downtown Wheaton is helping to support veterans. Wheaton's Community Relations Commission decorated its giving tree on the northeast corner of Hale and Front Streets, across from Kilwins, as part of the Downtown Wheaton Association's Christmas Tree Walk. To participate, people can remove an ornament from the 4-foot tree or scan the QR code provided to donate gifts to the Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans by New Year's Eve. The nonprofit provides a range of housing programs as well as supportive services. Midwest Shelter was co-founded by Vietnam War veteran Bob Doc Adams and Dirk Inger, a Gulf War veteran. A map of other giving trees is available at visitdowntownwheaton.org. When we come back, Streamwood firefighters have their contract and how AI will impact careers. Head on over to the Libertyville Civic Center to learn more about that. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news after this.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion. Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
I know we're at an at-will date, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
The WRMN News Hour. They always provide, somebody says, of Journeys, offers a lifetime and a path out of homelessness. Neighbors in Need, Daily Herald's focus when we talk about that later on today. Also, two major stories from Elgin. Travesty, says Elgin Mayor, as he blasts federal agents' actions against the protesters. And, quote, this should have been avoided. Late warnings raise red flags in a fatal train crash that happened in Elgin as well. But let's head on over to Streamwood. Streamwood Village Board members Thursday approved a new 3-year contract with International Association of Firefighters Local 3022 to take effect January 1st. The union contract provides salary increases of 3% during each of the 3 years of the Streamwood Firefighters Department's 48 firefighter, paramedics, and lieutenants, village manager Sharon Cadigan said. While that contract was approved on schedule, the village continues to negotiate with its police officers union on a contract that was to have taken effect at the beginning of 2025, she added. Where is the mixed use? Lyle panel backs Pulte townhouse development with a caveat. New houses built by Pulte Homes in Lyle have sold for more than $1 million. The builder has seen, quote, very strong demand in its new subdivision off Route 53, said attorney Russ Whitaker. He said, I would say both the Woodridge portion of that project, which is townhomes and duplexes, and the Lyle portion, single-family homes, have been a resounding success. Lyle Planning and Zoning Commissioners support another Pulte project, a proposed townhouse community to the east of the former Family Square, a vacant shopping center at the gateway to the village's downtown. Commissioner Mark Boyle said, I do want the residential side of this. The Pulte side of it, absolutely. Commissioners, however, want more space set aside for future commercial development. So the advisory panel has recommended approval of the plans with the caveat that the commercial outlot of Ogden Avenue increase inside to at least 0.75 acres, reducing the number of townhouse units from 66 to 62. The village board gets the final say. Marilyn Zadell, the commission's chair, said, we have to have that commercial component to make up for the fact that we're giving up some space for residential. Pulte estimates townhouse sale prices would start at between $480,000 and $500,000. The builder expects units would close at between $540,000 and $600,000. Whitaker said, we know that the residential sells today. We've got somebody who's very bullish on the residential opportunity. Still, commissioners took issue with the size of the proposed lot, less than a half acre, for future commercial development at the north end of the site off Ogden Avenue. William Trussell, the lone no vote, said, so where's the mixed use? We won't have it. We'll have the development, which I think is absolutely outstanding, but the way the housing development, 100%, I love it. The existing parcel contains old single-family homes as well as a vacant drive-through bank. Whitaker said, it hasn't been mixed use for a long time. It hasn't been anything for a long time. It's been a vacant building, which is what there's been a lot of in downtown Lyle for a long time. The proposed development, by contrast, quote, allows you to begin to eliminate some vacancy and add productive residential units in to support the commercial that does exist, he said. A previous proposal includes an apartment building on the west side site, Bridge Street Properties, however, withdrew that zoning petition. Since then, it's contracted with Pulte and revised the plans, removing the multi-family piece. Whitaker explained, while we are under contract to sell the residential portion of the development to Pulte, the developer of the property will be maintaining the commercial site, will be marketing the commercial site for sale, ultimately potentially proceeding with his own development of the commercial site. He gave examples of what could go on the commercial lot, including a potential drive-through coffee business, a quick service restaurant, or a medical office. Zadell said, "It continues to concern me that this is just too small, and the focus being on drive-through and not a, say, Remé's restaurant or Bavarian Lodge or a restaurant that has parking for its employees, parking for some of its customers." Whitaker noted the site is not in the core of downtown. He said, "We don't really believe that a sit-down, owner-occupied restaurant is a viable plan for development on this property." Each three-story townhouse would include a two-car garage. Pulte also would offer an option to build out a habitable attic space with an outdoor terrace, creating livable space on the fourth floor and the target buyer. Pulte's Matt Broly said, "It could be millennials. It could be folks coming out of Chicago looking to settle down with their family, start a family, or younger folks just want to be in downtown Lisle." Read more over on the Daily Herald. Head on over to dailyherald.com. When we come back, this should have been avoided. Late warnings raise red flags on a fatal train crash in Elgin. And, quote, travesty. Elgin Mayor blasts federal agents' actions against protesters. You're listening to the WRMN News. I'll be right back after this.
Tune in to Big Top Sports
with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
He'll have sports thoughts from the center ring of Chicagoland and to the outer rings from across the nation.
Weather from Chicago Cubs,
White Sox,
Bulls,
Bears,
Blackhawks,
Stars,
Fire,
Boomers, whatever the national story is of the day.
Geyer and his sports czar takes will either have you nodding in agreement,
yelling at the radio,
or in all honesty,
a bit of both.
With the way the Chicagoland sports and sports are in general, there's bound to be
thrills,
chills, and
oh my God moments. So get your snacks and libations ready,
because this is going to be a wild ride.
Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer's quirky and insightful Fanatics take
will make you feel a little
or a lot better about your Chicagoland sports viewing experiences.
Tune in to Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m.
to 8 p.m.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. Quote, this should have been avoided. Late warnings raise red flags in a fatal train crash in Elgin. Federal regulations require railway alert systems such as gates and flashing lights to activate at least 20 seconds before a train enters a crossing. So, why did warning devices deploy at the last moment as a pickup truck and a Union Pacific locomotive were on a collision course in Elgin? Truck driver Martin Martinez Yemez of Round Lake Beach died on October 23rd's crash, and 2 passengers were injured. P.S. Sujraj, director of Urban Transportation Center at the University of Illinois Chicago, said, this should have been avoidable based on the way it's been reported thus far. DePaul University transportation professor Joseph Schweisserman added, there are important questions here that need to be answered to make sure our crossings are safe. Chicago is riddled with busy, at-grade railroad crossings, so there isn't much margin for error. Conditions were dark but clear as the northbound Union Pacific locomotive approached the State Street crossing at Elgin at 27 miles per hour, a preliminary National Transportation Safety Board report states. The locomotive operating as train MBEBE 22 was traveling under the 30 mile per hour limit with a conductor and engineer on board. Landscaper Jimenez was headed south on State Street in a Ford F-250 with a trailer. The crossing near downtown Elgin was fully equipped with gates, lights, and bells. Train video showed traffic traversing the crossing in the seconds before the collision, the NTSB said. Authorities said the train's whistle sounded for the first time and the crossing's warning devices activated when the train was near the edge of the crossing. The truck entered the crossing from the train's right immediately before the collision. Siraj said that if the gates came down just as the train entered the crossing, definitely something was missing. It's a tragedy to say the least, he added. The Ford driver did what they're supposed to do. The train operator did what they're supposed to do. NTSB investigators inspected the locomotive and rails, tested the grade crossing system, and collected foreign matter samples from the rails. Future work will focus on UP's operating rules, policies, and training, plus the performance of the train direction technology and warning systems, the agency said. Railroads are responsible for maintaining warning devices on their property. Schweitserman said, warning device malfunctions are very rare, but when this occurs, there are huge risks. Railroads follow strict procedures to ensure everything is working properly. The UP Communications Director, Kirsten South, said the railroad is cooperating with NTSB and local authorities to finalize the investigation. Asked about the status of the crossing, Illinois Commerce Commission Communications Director Callie Baker said, quote, with inspections and testing after the crash, the warning devices are operating as designed with adherence to the operating rules in place. Warning systems are typically activated by sensors that retrieve information on train distance and speed. Siraj said, I don't know why the gates wouldn't have been down if they were functioning the right way they were supposed to be. It's a conundrum. The NTSB probe could take months. Martin Oberman, former chair of both the U.S. Surface Transportation Board and Metra, said, "Certainly, on its face, it appears something went awry." Read the rest of Marnie's article here on the Daily Herald. Marnie Pike wrote it for the front page. Go to dailyherald.com to read more. When we come back, we're going to stick with Elgin. A travesty, says the Elgin mayor as he blasts federal agents' actions against protesters. Stick around. We've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Batavia city officials have opened a temporary warming center at the police station of North Island Avenue in response to the extreme cold advisory. The center, open until noon, is available to elderly residents, families with young children, and others at higher risk from freezing temperatures. Officials caution that the center does not offer sleeping, hygiene, or food storage facilities. Visitors should also check in via the vestibule phone. Residents are also being urged to exercise caution outdoors, especially those with health conditions or mobility challenges, as dangerously cold weather continues across the area. Starting January 1st, hundreds of new Illinois laws will take effect, many impacting health and wellness. Insurance companies will now be required to cover brand-name drugs when generics are unavailable, menopause health visits, infertility treatments, colonoscopies, and advanced breast imaging. Elgin will hold its second public meeting on the Accessible Streets and Sidewalks Plan Thursday, December 11th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Residents can review proposed projects, provide feedback on priority routes, and help shape the city's plan to improve accessibility. A survey is also open through Christmas online. A historic house in downtown Plainfield will be transformed into a bed and breakfast style property for guests of sanctuary events. The village board unanimously approved the special use permit for the 1841 manor at 24044 West Main Street. Rentals will be limited to parties attending events at sanctuary, with one group of up to 10 guests allowed at a time. The first floor will feature a king bedroom and bathroom, while the second floor will have 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Staff will include a property manager, housekeeping, and a guest experience coordinator. Owners say the manor will complement their event venue and hope to pursue landmark designation in the future. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21. Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, partly sunny with a high near 23, temperatures falling to around 18 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of snow after midnight, a low around 16, and gusty winds. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high near 36. Currently, it is 19 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
To the WRMN News. My name is Dennis Green. Today, mostly cloudy and very cold with a high of 24 and a low of 14. Please dress in layers. Wind chills possible tonight across the entire area. Tuesday, mostly cloudy and breezy, milder than today. Spotty late afternoon shower possible with a high of 38 and a low of 32. Sidewalks may be damp after sunset hours. On Wednesday, low clouds and windy with light snow coating everything with about an inch. High of 36 and a low of 11. Watch roads early in the morning. And Thursday, mostly cloudy and frigid. High of only 17 with a low of 7. Quiet weather, but exposed skin can freeze quickly with the strong evening winds. Considerable clouds with flurries on Friday. Very cold with a high of 23 and a low of 0. With that reduced visibility, brief. Bundle up for errands and school pickups as the weekend gets brutally cold, with Saturday a high of 3 and low of 0. And Sunday, that high of 18 and low of 13. Travesty, says Elgin mayor as he blasts federal agents' actions against protesters. Elgin Mayor Dave Captain sharply criticized federal immigration agents after they used tear gas and pepper spray on protesters who gathered outside a city apartment complex during a lengthy standoff Saturday morning. Mayor Captain said in a video posted late Saturday on city social media accounts, "It discourages me and it disgusts me." He continued, "This city was founded on its diversity and self-respect and the mutual respect between our residents. ICE people have not shown that respect to this community, and that really angers me." A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson could not be reached for comment on Sunday. The protests began at about 10 a.m. on the 1600 block of Maple Lane as federal agents pursued a man into an apartment complex. Agents could be seen escorting the man from the complex around 3 p.m. Agents deployed tear gas, pepper spray, and other non-lethal munitions against the crowd, the Chicago Sun-Times reported. Mayor Captain issued a call for the community to come together in the wake of Saturday's events. He said, "We will work our way through this problem. We'll develop and continue to have respect for each other. As this problem resolves itself, as I'm certain it will, as we have many times in the past, the community has worked together to make us a better city, and this will be a better city when we're finished, when this whole travesty that's going on in this country is resolved." City Council member Trish Powell also condemned federal agents' actions. "These agents have to be held accountable when they are using these aggressive tactics on citizens, she said. According to Elgin police, the federal officer contacted the department to report that agents conducting enforcement operations were involved in a traffic crash at about 9:15 a.m. in the 1600 block of West Highland Avenue. Officers prepared a report on the crash and cleared the scene, police said. At approximately 10:01 a.m., callers reported to police that suspicious masked individuals claiming to have a warrant were on the 1600 block of Maple Lane, police said. Officers responded, determined the individuals were federal agents, and left the area, according to police. Police said they were called again at about 12:22 p.m. with reports of shots fired on Maple Lane. Officers responded and determined that federal agents had dispersed chemical irritants, police said. Officers then assisted the Elgin Fire Department in providing medical treatment to 7 people exposed to chemicals, officials said. The Elgin resident, Pedro Hernandez, said he was nearly struck in the eye by a pepper ball and was hit by tear gas. He said, "I honestly thought I was dying because I could not breathe through my nose, and then I could not breathe through my mouth and my throat. I was choking." Protester Monica Friedrich said she was shot at with rubber pellets. She said, "The officer shot 4 times at my feet, and the 4th one actually ended up hitting the back of my leg, leaving me a good-sized bruise." She said, "I can't let my kids walk home now. I feel like our community is not safe," she added. Elgin police said over social media that officers will continue to respond to calls for service and abide by Illinois' Trust Act, which prevents officers from assisting in civil immigration enforcement. Read more over at the Daily Herald, including Sunday's report, where they went on and talked more about ICE agents using tear gas in the standoff in Elgin. The Chicago Sun-Times has been following this, so head on over to their website to read more. When we come back, they always provide, somebody says about Journeys, offers a lifeline and a path out of homelessness. We read the Daily Herald's Neighbors in Need Focus. To become a donor, please visit dailyherald.com/neighbors. We'll be right back with more WRMN News after this.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
"I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong."
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
Welcome back to WRMN News. My name is Dennis Green. You can always find more about the station and more about the things that happen on the station by going to the station's website. That's right, WRMN1410.com is the best place to go to find the schedule and learn all about your favorite programs here on WRMN. Interested in an exciting opportunity to join the Elgin Fire Department? Well, the city of Elgin is now accepting applications for the firefighter testing process through December 29th. Applications and eligibility information available at governmentjobs.com/careers/ElginIL, and additional testing and exam information is available at publicsafetyanswers.com/Elgin. You can also look about the application process by going to elginil.gov and finding that firefighter application process. Anomaly Video put together a fantastic recruitment ad. Head on over to Elgin Fire Department Facebook page to see all of that. They always provide. Somebody comments on Journey's offer, a lifeline and a path out of homelessness. Food, clothing, and shelter, these are basic necessities of life. But amid rising housing costs, employment insecurity, and challenging family situations, many find themselves unable to obtain one or more of these things. Journeys, the road home, provides a lifeline and a path. The Palatine-based agency is one of 5 charitable organizations set to receive grants from the Daily Herald/Robert R. McCormick Foundation's Neighborhoods in Need fundraising campaign. Last year, Journeys served 1,051 people experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity. It was the 5th consecutive year of growth for the nonprofit organization. Its services range from overnight stays, meals, showers, and laundry to mental health counseling, job training, and transportation. Its shelter in Palatine hosts 50 to 70 people daily. And Journeys also partners with PADS shelters operated by 12 faith communities. Among those receiving help this year is Lissy Samuel, who stays at the Palatine shelter with her 2 sons. A certified ICU nurse for more than a decade, she said she fled an abusive marriage 6 years ago with her 3 children, including a daughter who has since enlisted in the U.S. Navy. After Samuel lost her contract job, she and her sons lost their home. She moved the family into a Schaumburg hotel, but when they ran out of money, police helped them connect with Journeys. At Journeys, she found clothing, food, counseling, and health care. She said the service at Journeys provides is very good. Your basic needs are met. Marcelino Gonzalez II, an Arlington Heights resident, veteran and father, said costly legal battles over parenting rights forced him into bankruptcy. While he has a home nearby, Gonzalez visits Journeys for clothing and food. He said they always provide for my needs and for my children. The organization prides itself on its success stories. Among them is a man named Burgess who joined the Marines at 19, served 4.5 years active duty, and then 30 years in the Army Reserve. After a job loss, he was sleeping in his car before coming to Journeys. Once he had shelter, Burgess was able to return to work and save enough money to secure an apartment. The agency says it provided 25,751 total services last year to residents across 37 north and northwest suburban Cook County communities. Case managers conducted 10,396 sessions and helped 153 people transition into stable housing and prevented 403 people from losing their housing, officials said. The need is growing. Illinois is experiencing a 116 increase in homelessness last year, the highest jump in state history, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. To accomplish its mission, Journeys employs about 35 full and part-time staff members and leans heavily on approximately 2,000 volunteers. Among them is Des Plaines resident Amy Lasowitz, a former teacher. Lasowitz, whose service includes checking in guests and setting up new clients with paperwork, said she enjoys working with the people who come in. The agency also works closely with municipal governments, police, libraries, and faith organizations. Shauna Mankani, Journeys Grants and Database Manager, said, "We would not be here without our community." The Neighbors in Need grant program benefits organizations focused on issues of hunger, homelessness, and health care. The McCormick Foundation will contribute 50 cents for every $1 Daily Herald readers donate to the campaign. To learn more or to donate, visit mccormickfoundation.org/partnerships. When we come back, how AI will impact careers. There's a topic being discussed on Tuesday at the Libertyville Civic Center. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest. Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
To the WRMN News Hour. Divine Touch Barbershop in Elgin says it's hard being away from home during the holidays, even harder if you're a soldier overseas securing our freedom. Send letters, packages, say prayers for our troops overseas. This message courtesy of the veteran-owned and operated since 2007. That's Divine Touch Barbershop at 21 Douglas Avenue in Elgin. Trust their years of experience. Call Divine Touch Barbershop at 847-488-9950. That's 847-488-9550. Divine Touch Barbershop, located at 21 Douglas Avenue in Elgin. While you're there, give us a wave. It's right across the street from the station. As we wrap up our news hour today, we'll do a couple of quick reports. The impact of artificial intelligence on current and future career planning is the topic from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, December 9th at the Libertyville Civic Center at 135 West Church Street. Dr. Hadam A. Rahman, Associate Professor of Management and Organizations at Northwestern's Kellogg School of Management, is the featured speaker for the event hosted by the Notre Dame Club of Lake County. The event is open to the public as well as students, alumni, parents, and club members. There is no admission charge, but attendees should bring gently used winter clothes to support Project Warmth to be distributed to Lake County charities. An informal reception will be held after the presentation at O'Toole's at 412 North Milwaukee Avenue in Libertyville. Visit lakecounty.undclub.org to find the event to register. An informal reception, again, will be held at the presentation at O'Toole's at 412 North Milwaukee. Rahman is an award-winning teacher and author whose research focuses on AI is impacting the nature of work and employment relationships, organization, and labor markets. Artists and crafters in the Wheeling area can improve their skills with videos available at the Indian Trail Public Library. The Craft and Hobby series is accessible remotely with a library card. A video about drawing will be shown at 3 p.m. Wednesday, December 10th in the training lab at the library at 355 Schoenbeck Road. It's open to anyone 18 or older. Register at indiantrails.libnet.info for more. Head on over to the Daily Herald or the Chicago Sun-Times, also the Washington Post, all where we gathered our information for today. Stick around. We've got some great WRMN programming coming up just after this. Find more at WRMN1410.com or watch any of our programming over at youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and